Just flexing TV.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Flex, and we are back with another episode of Just Flexing TV. I have a special guest. Again, every time we meet up, it's just nonstop talking about great stuff that you guys need to hear. Yes. Guys, Lorena Garcia Alegria. I love it. I love it. It's such a powerful name. I love it.
It is. I mean, it translates for joy. Thank you. Thank you. It's
it translates for joy. Yeah, we know that. We know that. Damn,
very happy to be here. I know we have a lot of gems to share.
I know. And I feel like a lot of girls need to listen to you.
Yeah, I love that you think that. I do feel the calling for women in community. Like, I do feel I'm in a leadership position right now, which means really nothing. And so, like, it's really just the walk that you, like, it's not the talk, it's the walk. I just call it a leadership position because I feel the need to trailblaze right now. And when I feel that, I just gotta go for it. But I've been in so many, like, ends of this journey where I look up to so many women, and I just feel like it's my turn right now.
No, it's just
to
like,
lead.
It's some of us get called.
Yes.
And once we know it, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I feel like I'm called to do this show.
Yes.
For
sure.
many purposes, but specifically to introduce my following to my following.
Right.
My friends to my following.
Yes.
You know, so people can see who I'm next to, who are my friends, who's my network, and also learn from them. Because I feel like you're a powerful woman and you're just beginning.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just beginning. But
so where you from?
All right, so I am Peruvian in that both my mom and dad are Peruvian and generationally Peruvian. My whole family's over there, but I was born and raised a little bit in Caracas, Venezuela.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they wanted to live there prior to Chavez becoming president. There was a lot of hope there. My dad had his own business, and then just Chavez became president and it started going downhill, all at the same time that my mom got sick. So she had cancer twice. And the second time he came back, they knew it was gonna be just like lethal. So then it was like chispa. My dad was just thinking, how do I get the girls, because I have an older sister, so me and my older sister, how do I get the girls out of here? They need to study in the United States. And he just, I'm sure, curated a plan, which I should talk to him about one day. It's just curated a plan, and then once my mom passed, he dropped us off in Peru, came here to get papers, and then picked us up when it was ready. Yeah.
That's so good, man.
Yeah. It was, from what I remember, a lot of turmoil, just like a lot of chaos, and definitely a lot of ungroundingness, because when he dropped us off in Peru, 9/11 happened here.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
because this was the year 2000. My mom passed the Christmas Day of year 2000, and then my dad dropped us off. Christmas Day of 2000, yeah.
You were how old?
I was 4 turning 5. So I was born 96 and she passed in 2000.
Damn, I'm so sorry.
And then, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just remember chaos though. Like, it's not a very vivid memory. My sister has a much better memory of it. And then when we moved here, well, 9/11 happened. Then we moved here, and really what I remember is like Miami on. I grew up in Westchester, and I just, like, my memory starts here. In Peru, it's
blurry.
A little blurry. I remember earthquakes. I hated them. They sucked. They were so scary. That's what I remember, just like the trauma.
Peru got a lot of history though.
Yeah,
I would love to check out Machu Picchu.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of shaman like blood in my generations.
Wow.
Not in my most recent ones, but like in my deeper ones. Yeah, and I feel like that's why I always have had a calling to heal.
Maybe you should do the ancestry.
I should. The what is it? 83andMe or 23andMe?
23andMe. Yeah. Wow. You should try that.
I know.
Shit, now I'm curious.
I know.
I don't even know. Damn, that's so cool though.
Yeah.
But so family moved to Caracas, they moved to Westchester.
Yeah.
Westchester's a nice area.
Westchester was super nice, super nice. And I moved into a family already. So my dad got married. I had a stepmom for 11 years. Great woman. Like, honestly, I don't have a lot of complaints. My sister and her kind of butted heads a little bit growing up, but I'm thankful for the roof she put over our head.
Now, my dad had a similar story. My dad's mother passed away giving birth to my uncle when my dad was 3.
You told me this. Your
But my dad, my grandfather, my dad's father,
Okay.
replaced my grandmother with my step grandmother. But my dad, even though he was 3, he still felt like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I love you
Yes.
for being there for
Yeah.
me. But he never felt that
Yeah.
connection.
And I mean, I relate. Like, I'm thankful for my stepmother for being there, because even if she didn't want to, I wouldn't really know that. She didn't have to. And she was there at least. She was present, you know? Could I say I received the most nurture from her? Not really. I would add that from my memory, not really. But she was present, and for that I'm thankful. And she did put a roof over me and my sister's heads, and my dad. And my dad filed for bankruptcy twice when I was in middle school and in high school, I believe. And throughout that time, she held it down. So I'm like beyond thankful and grateful for her. We still talk. She's a great woman. But I do know, like, growing up without a mother, and that mother's nurture to a degree must have affected me in some way. And I think that's why I love working with women.
Yeah, but you know what? That you were placed in a position where it's like you said earlier, like it's your time to lead.
Yeah.
That thing that you had missing
Yeah.
is what is gonna make you change lives.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
so.
God puts us through situations where we question at the moment.
Right.
But later on, when you notice, like, wow, when you follow your path and your purpose, you're gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I know it's weird, but now I feel right.
Right. Yeah.
I feel fulfilled.
Yeah, I feel fulfilled. It was like it can build like an abandonment wound to a degree. And I think because when you're unconscious to it and you're young and nobody really speaks a lot of life or consciousness into you, you obviously are a victim to your programming, right? And I feel like I replaced that motherhood dependency with my first relationship. I was in a relationship for 7 years, from 2013 to 2000, let's just say 21, 22. And
Pandemic.
yeah, no, wait.
The pandemic was.
No, not 2020. No, 2019. I was 22. I'm sorry.
You were two.
I just mixed the age, the numbers.
So before
yes.
the pandemic.
Before the pandemic, correct. And I mean, thankfully, it was a beautiful relationship. Like 10 out of 10 for what it was, and for us being so young and not knowing any better, it was amazing.
Okay.
However, I think I put a lot of that kind of like dependency that you would put on a parent onto him, which now I look back and I think how unfair that was, because then when we separated, even though it was both of our calls and it was the right thing to do, I felt like an abandonment wound, because I had put all my pressure of like somebody needing to be there for me onto him. And I think I did that because I didn't have like a mother to put that on. But still though, now that I have put that onto my God, onto understanding that Jesus is my savior, like I understand why it's faulty, like why we become codependent, because I didn't know where to put that. But when we're so young, we have to put our worship and our faith and our trust into something or someone. And if you're not introduced to your creator, it's like a kid is always going to look towards their parent. And so for me, just that one parent, I feel like even though my dad was present emotionally, I don't think he was not there.
But he worked.
He worked. Yeah, he worked. He was hurt. He was hurt. He went through a lot.
That's tough too.
Yes, it's so tough. He moved us. He lost his wife. You know, he remarried in a country where he doesn't speak the same language. Like, it's tough. So as best as he did, truth be told, as a kid, I didn't know that then, but there's a fault of missing, and that's not his fault because we're flawed humans. And it wasn't supposed to be me that I put all of my dependency on him or my partner. It's just now I understand. I just was misplacing that trust. You know?
Yeah, that's good that you lived and you learned.
Yes.
I mean, it takes people 20 years to learn this, maybe longer. You know, you caught onto it early. Which is very good. I feel like you're ahead of your time. You know, there's still people in their 40s
that are not grasping that concept. Well, it's okay. So you could do flesh and spirit following the same protocol. Like in the flesh, the child will always look up to and idolize their parent, right? Because it's where you came from them. And in the spirit, it's not until you meet your creator face to face, when you do, when he comes, it's that calling you're talking about. You can't deny it.
You can't deny
it's
it.
so innate because you're not looking at the flesh, and it's a spirit you can't see within yourself. But it will recognize its creator hands down. I don't care what anybody says. You can't deny your creator right in front of you.
You can't.
Even if you wanted to, you can't. And that's why I think the Holy Spirit's so powerful because it moves you in a way that you're not used to. But in the same way a kid has to idolize their parent, once the Holy Spirit moves you and it recognizes its creator in front of you, you have to listen to the calling. You have to.
You have to.
It's just so unseen that it can make you feel like it's so bizarre. But then once you can understand it, right, you surrender to it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's so peaceful.
So I know you worked in the nightlife for a period of time.
Yes.
How long?
So that one's interesting because I didn't start there at all. Truth be told, in that household that I was telling you about with my stepmother, like, it was toxic. It was toxic. There was a lot of fighting going on. My sister used to have a lot of panic attacks because the environment we were in were a lot. They were like really chaotic. Just money was a big issue growing up, truth be told. And that caused a lot of fights. So young me just locked in and was like, okay, what do I need to do to get out of this environment? This is just not it. I'm super empathic and I was taking a lot of it on. And I thought, okay, I gotta go to school. I have to get an education and I have to get a nice job so that I don't have to suffer the way that the people that I live with are suffering, because this is not it.
Nope.
Not it. Not cute. It's not cute. So then I locked in and I just decided I wanted to become a veterinarian.
Ooh.
So I made that my mind up super young. And anybody who knew me when I was young would tell you, Lorena's gonna be a veterinarian. That's all she wants to do. I was in and out of different hospitals, volunteering, shadowing, doing all the things. So I was a straight A student. I was an amazing athlete. I was everything I needed to be on paper so that I can guarantee my success into getting into my school.
Damn, that's so nice.
I wanted to go to the University of Florida because they have a really good veterinary program. And that's it. I set my mind to it, and I only applied to 2 schools. I applied to FSU because it was my in-state school, and then UF. And I got into both, and UF being my dream school, and I went. I was a great student in high school as well. I played a whole bunch of sports, super wifed up with that boyfriend that I'm talking about now. And I went to UF. I did a 5-year degree in 4.
Wow.
So I currently have a degree in biology with a focus in animal science.
Wow.
Yeah. I went super full force in that. However, when him and I broke up, I'm not blaming this on the breakup, but I went through such a deep identity crisis. Like, it shattered my whole reality because he was my pillar.
Your shell, yeah.
He was my it, like everything. Even to this day, sometimes I dream about him. I haven't talked about him in years, and I know he's like, we're living 2 different lives, but it's so deep. He's so deep in my subconscious. And I mean, thankfully, it's a lot of beauty and like light and a lot of love. But it's just so crazy how monumental that relationship was to my life. When it ended, it completely redirected my mindset, my trajectory, everything.
Like, who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah.
And I feel like I missed out on so many years. I never even needed, not that this matters, but a fake ID when everybody else did, because I wasn't even drinking, because I was like wifed up, living with my boyfriend. I was just such juiciosa, like super good girl. And then, I don't know, everything in me was so unfulfilled, everything. I was depressed. That was my first spiritual awakening.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first spiritual awakening because I started questioning my own existence.
Wow.
I was like, who am I without this person? And then I started going out. I didn't have any guidance. And the way that
certain friends come along, you start, hey, let's just go out, girl, forget about them, and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Especially in Miami,
Exactly. Well, no, I was in Gainesville at the time.
Oh, wow, that's deep.
Because I didn't party here in Miami most of my
Gainesville was the
developmental
school,
years.
right?
Yeah,
That's the school.
but everybody parties over there because it's a party. It's a college town.
It's a college town,
Yeah.
Right.
So I found myself partying a lot, so much so that I connected, still to this day I'm the same, connected with the owners of all the bars. And one of them, we're still good friends, his name is Zika. He told me, get behind the bar, I think you'd be a great bartender. And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And he was like, just give it a shot. And I did, and then I started bartending. I bartended for a couple of years. It was great. It was so much fun.
I did it.
I know, and it's just, you meet this other side of you that's just young, wild, and free.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, it's like, you know what's fucked up? I have 4 years March. 4 years in March right now that I stopped working as a bartender server. To me, it's the same shit.
Wow, 4 years is awesome.
But I do have 4 years without it, but I still, like, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
I look at my phone like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm late, or I'm not in the right place.
Yeah, because it's such a hustle culture that
like
anxiety.
You said how that relationship was so monumental. Like serving was so much. It brought Jay Flex out. It brought so many skills. It made me me.
Yeah, it made you. It developed your people skills. It developed
so
it's character
fire.
development. Hospitality will do that to you.
It.
I loved it too.
And I miss it.
Yeah,
I kid you
I
not.
do too.
I say to myself that I see myself when I'm older, even at 65, 70 years old, with a little lounge somewhere, a restaurant. Yes. I don't care what status I have, millions or not. Yeah. I see myself
doing
my nice little location with food and drinks.
Yeah.
Just because I love serving.
Right. It's because two things. One, you're surrounded by people you don't know, so your curiosity is intrigued the whole time. Two, you're of service all the time. And when you're someone like you and I adore being of service. All I'm thinking about is how I can help you.
Yeah,
all I'm thinking about is what I can do for you.
Me too.
And that's why we go back to what we were saying, that we're not good salespeople. Because I don't want to sell you anything. I want to give you all the free game for free. Like, I want to tell you everything that I know just here. It is a battle.
It's a battle because I've lived off sales all my life.
Right.
I love sales.
Right.
But I did figure out a happy medium when it comes to that. My happy medium is learning how to get to finding the top.
Okay.
So I'm able to wholesale to people so we're both happy.
Right.
I made a sale, and now you're super happy because you're not gonna find that price anywhere else.
Right.
That's what I figured out.
Okay.
I'm like, in order for me to sell, to get rich off people,
it doesn't sit right with you.
I can't. It doesn't sit right.
No, it's same.
So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm gonna sell you an online course for $3,500 a month.
Right.
And for fitness, something that I'm really good at. You just gotta ask me, I'll tell you.
Right.
You don't have
and half the time, the fitness gyms that I know, and probably you too, have come just over time and from free game, from Instagram, YouTube, simple TikTok, simple in-person interactions. I got free game, so I don't want to gatekeep that.
Yeah.
Like, I want everyone up.
I want everyone up.
I want
That's
everyone.
the way I feel. Like, I'm busting my ass.
Yeah.
I feel like, I use the Jesus Christ story a lot in my life.
Yeah.
Jesus did the worst.
Yeah.
Our job is light.
Yeah.
But
He
I
suffered
feel
for
like
us.
I have to suffer for people to learn.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to wake up, listen to certain things, listen to certain people, listen to certain podcasts, maybe Gary Vee, Brad Lee, Bedros, like certain top dogs.
Yeah.
I listen to them, and then I tell my friends.
Yeah.
And I feel like, listen to what I just heard.
And I think that that's part of your light work, because when you do that, you don't do it forcefully, right?
It's natural.
Same. Like, every time I'm learning all the things I've learned, because I did get my Reiki masters. I learned about all the chakras, Reiki 1, 2, and 3, breath work, sound bowls, healing, light. Like, all that stuff is because naturally I'm inclined to want to learn it.
Me too.
Because it resonates with me. And then what do? Share it with other people.
Share. And then I can't sell you how to breathe.
Right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I can't sell you.
Right. Like, it's the fine line, right? Because that's us trying to understand. We need to know how to be in this world, but not of it.
Yeah.
And that's really the gem. It's a balance. Because where I get pissed is that when I put myself in the world so much, which was happened when I was in nightlife, you do get the temptation. You do get the environment influence. You're right there in the mix of it. So it's about knowing how to be in it, but still be the light. And not of it. Like, don't be in the mix. You know?
I figured it out. Like, now I don't drink.
Yeah,
but I have 2 years, nothing. Like, I'm not even like talking
not even a glass of wine?
Smelling it.
Nothing?
Like, nothing.
That's
like,
powerful.
not even like, I did one time 8 months ago in 3 days. Like, no. Like, nothing. Like, as soon as God told me in a dream, bro, do you want to become successful or do you want to keep drinking?
Cut this out. Yeah.
It was such like you said earlier, it was like, I met him.
Yeah, he meets you. He comes down to you.
I met him and I was like, that's it.
That's it.
Like, it's never been a temptation because I know, like, I fear him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people don't fear God.
Yeah.
God, whatever.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing is when it happens, they go, oh my God, why'd you do this to me?
Right.
Like, no, you did it to yourself. But that's, like, I learned from a very young age, and I'm so grateful for my grandfather, still alive, 94. Always told me since I was a kid. I remember since I was 5 years old. A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from others. And like, I always, like, I'm not gonna let it get to me.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, why?
If it happened to you,
Yeah, why would I?
What would it make me?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen to me
Yeah.
because I'm not even gonna let it get to me. And that's how I've carried my entire life. So like even here, moving here almost 6 years ago, there was so many businesses that I thought I could do.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh my God, my friend just did that. Jet ski company. I could never, I thought I was gonna have 2, 3, 4 jet skis to rent them out. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see myself, I hate the
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Like, especially now, all
Yeah.
this wind and the water. Like, there's so many situations that I now sit back
Yes.
and I observe.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh,
I'm
I
right
don't
there
wanna
with
do
you.
that.
I'm there right now.
Oh.
It's like you realize you kind of become so picky, right? And it's because at the same time that you're looking at something and saying you don't want to do it, it's because you know you can do it. And because you are everything. You are capable to do it. So now this desire to just do fades. Now you want to surrender. You want to do for others instead of, how do I put it? It's like you want to be more sacrificial because you can do it all the things. So now it's like you've already checked that off. I feel like when people don't understand that you can do everything because you are everything, you're chasing the jet skis, the whatever, because it's an opportunity right in front of you. So you're just going from one to another. But then when you realize and you sit, I can do that, but that doesn't mean I have to do that.
no.
I already can do everything. I am everything. How can I be of service? How can I be sacrificial? How can I be selfless? Because I can already do all the things I know I can do.
Exactly.
So you're not chasing anything, which is when I think about the fact that I left the veterinary industry, half the time I'm not thinking like, wow, I know I can do it. I got the degree. I mean, I didn't do vet school, but I know I can. Half the time when my flesh reminisces in a way that's a little bit more like melancholic, like I can't believe I gave that up, something so big. Half the time all I'm missing is the image of the position. It's not necessarily the fact that I would have been a veterinarian and doing all these great things. It's the image of being able to say I am a veterinarian, which is the same thing that's happening now that I left the field in the hospitality industry. I was the manager of a great restaurant. So half the time what I miss is not being in the hustle mix of it all. I miss the people, sure, and all the great memories. But my flesh misses the image of this, I have a position of status and I can help you out when you come in because I got it like that.
The power.
And that's the flesh. And
But you
the
know
flesh,
what's more powerful?
correct, the spirit.
But you know where power really resonates?
What?
The power really, there's power when you know you could do something and you don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm recognizing. I could do that. I could do this. I could do this.
I love that.
But you know what I want to do? I want to serve. I want to actually not do something just because I can do it. I want to help those who feel like they can't and make them realize that they can.
They can.
Because they're just lost. They haven't met their creator just yet, and that's okay. But when I go, like when I pass in this lifetime, I want to be able to pass knowing I knew my creator. And
Me too.
I did what I could do to help others find their way to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that's all God wants.
Yeah, it's God's work.
He just wants you to share your story.
Yeah.
And your story is going to inspire others, and that's God's work.
And that's God's work. And truthfully, I'm still developing it as I go.
It's a process.
It's a process. But like we just said earlier, I love the process. I don't want to rush it.
Me neither.
I don't want to rush it.
I was so caught up in the flesh. That's what it was. I was so caught up in the flesh. Honestly, I feel like since I gave up drinking 2 years ago, I really feel like I only got 2 years alive.
Yeah, oof.
Like I went through so much.
Yes.
In these last 2 years, it feels like an eternity.
Yes.
That's why, like, I feel like those, like, before those 2 years, I was a walking dead person.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
I was, mind you, ever since I
crazy.
was young, I've always had a light, and I've always like been into God.
Yeah.
I was locked up at 22, and I was reading the Bible.
Yeah.
From front to finish, like
wow.
all the time.
Oof.
I had a whole year to read.
Yeah.
You know, so like I had my community. And mind you, in jail, there were probably 3 to 4 scenarios that happened to me, God related, that were unbelievable.
Yeah,
and I was locked up.
Yeah, you can't make it up.
And I can't sell with me, young kid at the time, he was like 18.
Yeah.
Because I was 22. The kid, as soon, like it went from like it was the night and day.
Night and day.
Like I was talking to him about God. I was always reading my Bible. And something happened where I got called to leave. From me praying in 30 seconds, Johnny, you gotta leave. Now you're going to the minimum. So from being In the cell, I went to a minimum where I could contact, visit, talk to my family, go outside, do community service.
Wow.
And it happened like me crying, praying.
Yeah.
And the kid saw that.
Oof.
The kid's like,
And
oh
you
my
made
God.
him a believer.
I made him a believer through that. So I was like, wow, even in jail, I was experiencing God-related things where I was like, oh no, this is powerful, this is crazy.
It's so powerful.
But I've always been into God, but it's like connection. It's like a Wi-Fi.
Yes.
You know when you connect and you have 4 bars or 3 bars or 1 bar.
A practice.
I had like 1 bar.
Yes.
You know, and now it's like
full service 5G.
Full service. I love it. 5G.
5G.
And ever since I connected, ever since I started going to VU, I have 2 years straight. I don't miss unless I'm on vacation.
Amen.
I love the church because it explains it so well.
Yes.
I go for my weekly dose, my weekly
your little
like mission. It gives me a few words for the week, and I'm good. I'm trying to add more.
Right.
I'm trying to go to crew 2.
Well, I'm doing growth track right now.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the prison. I'm going to do the prison team.
I want to do the prison team.
Oh my God, do it with me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking to the coordinator right now.
Yeah.
I'll send you.
100%. That's
yeah, so I'm doing 2 teams. I'm doing the foster care and the prison team.
Listen, I just said it. You know, there's things that happened to me in jail.
You have to go talk to them.
Oh my God, you guys don't understand. It doesn't matter where you're at.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it happens to my Uber driver. The girl who Ubered me to church. She was saying something. She's like, "Where are you going to church?" I'm like, "Yeah, you want to come?" And she's like, "I think this is my sign." I'm like, "Come to church with me." I got her contact, and it happens anywhere.
It happens anywhere. You don't want to get to that. In
Anywhere.
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 Like you were saying earlier, you know, being in the dark.
Yeah.
And still holding.
Yeah.
Your position, your ground, your pivot.
Yeah.
You play basketball, so you know what pivot is.
Yeah.
You hold your pivot.
You hold it.
No matter where you're at.
What.
I could be in any dark place. Dark places, in strip clubs, bars.
Yep. And you.
One of my buddies, we go to the strip club. He said, "Come on." I'm like, "Okay." We sat at the strip club. He's like, "Dude, I'm impressed." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You sat 2 girls down for 2 hours
and
you didn't even ask."
And you yapped about God.
And I'm like, "Dude, we were talking about God."
Yeah.
She said a thing to me while I was in there that made me, it gave me a check, like smack in the face. I called my mom the next day. I'm like, "Yo, Mom, how's everything? I haven't talked to you in a long time." And then I said something to her that made her cry. Because it was, God is everywhere.
God is everywhere.
God made us a certain way, a certain look, a certain dress, a certain way for us to bring people to the light. Because a guy with a tie, no offense, suit and tie, can't attract certain people that I can attract for the way I look, tatted up and all this stuff. So God made me a certain way to show people like I come in any size, in any look, in anything, anywhere,
100%.
And you know, and I'm here, and He sends people. He doesn't come Himself.
No,
He sends people.
He sends people.
So I'm clear, and I understand that. We are a piece of God's chess game. We're not here for us.
100%.
When you give that up, and you give that thought up that you're here for yourself, we're not here for ourselves. We're here to connect the dots.
100%.
His dots, not our dots.
That's exactly why I left my job, because here I am today. I give up my way. That was my way. I thought that was my way, but that's not His will. Because my way, you know where that led me? Burnt out, suffering. I broke out into stress hives, full body, because of my continually peaked cortisol levels. Like, what is that? The flesh is suffering. My way led me. I wasn't going to church continually exactly how I wanted to.
I remember you.
I wasn't in crews. I'm in 2 crews right now.
Wow.
I wasn't able to serve. I wouldn't be able to be here right now. I wouldn't have really been able to do the things with my podcast that I want to. I wouldn't have been able to go to VU Girl. All these things and opportunities, there's so many more that have happened since I've left. I wouldn't have been able to be in His will if I were still in my way.
If you were still in your way.
That's it. I don't care. There's just nothing else to it. My way hasn't worked until this day. It hasn't worked, because if it had worked, I wouldn't be wanting to surrender to His will.
And look.
Right? Because then I would be continually doing my thing.
You're doing your thing. And look now. How long has it been did you give up?
It's been 1 month.
You've been 1 month?
It's been 1 month.
Have you died yet?
Oh. I've died. Yes. More than I can even count. I had my first panic attack ever. After I
Really?
left my job, yeah. And I've never suffered from anxiety. I don't know, I've always played so many sports, I'm so active. I've always had a little something going on. So anxiety to me was something that was really far away. And I think I'm gonna work with some women that suffer from anxiety, and that's why God brought me the understanding of what anxiety truly means.
Wow.
And I was in the hyperbaric chamber and I had a full-blown claustrophobic panic attack. And it was because I was so scared to leave my job. I had already put my 2 weeks in and I said, how am I gonna make money, God? Like, how am I gonna do this? And I asked my colleague to get me out. It was just something I've recovered from. But I suffered from anxiety, and truth be told, I think it's made me a more empathic person. I can understand certain things I didn't before. And I died. After I came out of that hyperbaric chamber humbled. I wrote a poem called Humbled. I was humbled. Is that God has brought me to my hands and knees.
That's your first book.
Humbled.
It just came to me.
Yeah.
That's your first book.
Humbled. I like that. I can write about being humbled. I've been humbled my whole life. it's, and you know what happens when I can feel my flesh feeling herself? I pray to God to please humble me.
Me too.
Please.
I do it all the time.
And guarantee within a couple of days, I'm on my hands and knees crying. Crying.
I ask God, I'm like,
Humble
God, am I
me.
too much right now?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if it's my spirit or my flesh, so check me.
Check
I
me.
want to
That's
be
what I do.
checked.
Check me. Is that
Because
too
I
much?
want to do your work.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to veer off course. Because when I have your gaze locked in with mine, like his presence is undeniable.
It is
Undeniable. And I don't want to lose it. I will do anything to not lose it, because when I'm in it, I see myself with such loving eyes. I love myself so much. Gosh, that's part of being humbled. That I didn't like myself because I wanted to look a certain type of way, especially being here in Miami.
Too.
And I was so humbled.
That's a tough thing for girls.
It's so tough, my love. So tough. Like, do you know what club I worked on top of? Club 11. Like,
Club
these
11,
girls are to a pin, like, perfect. And I'm all natural. So my whole thing is that I'm natural. And I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say as like how much I didn't like myself growing up, because that was like, I definitely had a lot of struggles with that. I liked myself, but I was continually comparing myself.
Yeah, that's a problem here.
Continually comparing
I feel like
myself. It was exhausting.
That should be something you should talk about.
I do, and I'm so passionate about it. You know why? Because when you compare yourself, you start creating a plan. You say, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna get this done. I'm not saying they're wrong, and I don't want to create judgment around it. Because if I can do enhancement things, I will. But it's coming from a different place now. It's not because it's my plan to one-up myself and to one-up everyone. I am so beautiful, and no one can tell me otherwise. I see myself how my Creator sees me, and I'm perfect in the most flawed way. Like,
no, I feel
you know,
the same. I feel the same.
I feel so beautiful, and I walk with a confidence that's rooted in self-acceptance.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
It's not because of anything. It's my self-acceptance.
And then some people might take it the wrong way,
right?
But they don't
It's
they don't understand.
They don't. But the self-acceptance is because I've been humbled.
Yeah, that's how I am
so
too.
humbled.
Me too, bro. Like, people don't understand. Like, people see me, they're like, "Oh, Flex has it good. Flex is killing it. Flex is that." I went through shit all my life. Like,
literally.
I come from food stamps. I come from housing. I come from struggling family, struggling household, drugs. You know, drugs in my household.
Yeah.
I learned was either do the drugs or sell it.
Yeah.
I went from the selling side.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm not gonna.
Thank God you did
But
that.
I am so glad of having the grandparents that I had at such a young age. 5, 6. I lived with my grandparents. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are the best educating manners years of my life.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Right? Thankfully. I'm so glad. That's what engraved me to be right and wrong. I
Right.
knew what was right and wrong.
Right.
When I came back from my grandparents, lived in Boston with my mom now, it was like I was let free, because my mom was a young mom. You know?
You've told me that.
So by her being a young mom, she didn't experience enough.
Okay.
What happened was she cheated on my dad, met my stepfather. My stepfather and my dad were friends, and it just became a
The whole thing.
incredible story. It's like, it literally has to be a movie one day.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
the thing is, right, my mom and my stepfather were doing their thing. I just had a bedroom at my mom's house, pretty much. and how freely I grew up and not doing drugs and not harming and not killing and not doing anything bad.
It's a blessing.
I'm so freaking blessed.
Yeah,
I was always with a light.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, dude, I had it bad. Everybody around me, I saw murders, I saw people selling drugs early. Like, I seen so many things.
But I think you touched on a good point where I feel like we should talk about, because I don't think it's talked about much in our society right now, and that is the sacrificial spirit, right? And I feel like I resonate with you so much, because I think I was born with the light, just like you. And I was exposed to so much darkness right away, to so much pain, and seeing others in so much pain. So much so that I was like, I don't even think I suffer as much as you do. Right? So then you learn how to kind of outbalance the suffering. You're like, well, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be the light. So you stop suffering because you're suffering so much, you know? So there's that. And then I think, truth be told, and this is why I know God is real. And this is such a real thing. And it's part of like my Jesus story, as you would say, is because we have so much love in our heart. We are love. And that love didn't come from nothing. That came from our Creator. Like, nobody gives you that love. You're born with it. And you're born with it at such a young age. So I'll touch on the sacrificial spirit. First, it was, I told you, we talked about my mom passing and everything moving. But when I was here in the States, my grandfather, so my dad's dad, became sick. And so we flew him from Venezuela to live with us here in the States. I think, if I recall correctly, I was 8 or 9 when that happened. And so he was like old and he was dying, and he lived in our house. And a lot of the times after school, it was just me and him alone. And then comes, he loves me, whatever, I'm his granddaughter and all that, but I was really, really quiet. When my mom passed, I used to go to therapy because I didn't talk. So they couldn't get words out of me. I was just such a quiet girl. I would think I was just in pain. And he just one day decided to take advantage of that. And he was my first experience with anything sexual, was with my grandfather.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That was, so my dad's dad. And at first it was like, they call it grooming. So they'll groom you like a man grooms a woman, and like they kind of start talking to you. They start making you feel like it's okay, like it's normal, until then they could start taking action. So to not be like too vulgar with it, we pretty much he did everything except for we didn't have sex. And so I'm thankful for that. He, that line wasn't crossed. And the reason, coming back to this, I know that God, our God is so alive, because I just remember being there, right? And I remember when all of it was going down, I had somebody ask me not too long ago, what were you thinking while it was happening? Because I would freeze. My response was to freeze, and I would let him do whatever he wanted to do to me, because I just didn't, I wasn't going to fight him, and it wasn't in my personality to be strong with it. I would think, well, I'm not going to tell my dad, who is at the time literally depressed because he has no money. My mom passed, all these things. And he's whatever, going through something toxic with his current wife, that his dad is doing this to me. Because how do I tell him that, right? How do you tell your dad that you love so much, that is doing so much for you, that his father is doing this to you? You can't, you can't. There's just, and let alone I didn't like to talk. So I was like, bro, okay, so I'm not going to say that. And I literally remember thinking, this vividly. Okay, well, I'm going to sacrifice, it's just my body. It's just my body. I'm going to sacrifice my body to spare my dad's feelings. And I didn't know it then, but I think it was the Holy Spirit. I think it was the sacrificial spirit that Jesus decided to sacrifice his body for our sins, even though he wasn't in sinful nature. I remember thinking it's just flesh. It's just that the thing is, while it was happening and everything he was doing, I would disassociate, and I would kind of have an out-of-body experience. I would freeze, and I would just let him, and it was just oh, disgusting, and I would not be in my body. And I remember thinking, I'm just sacrificing my body. It's just my body. I'm sacrificing my body, and it's for my dad's heart. It's for my dad's love. It's for my dad's peace of mind. And it's the separation of the spirit and the flesh. I think in that moment, my spirit was being held in his hands.
Wow.
I didn't know it then, but now that I'm hearing that Pastor Rich is preaching on the crux, it resonated so deeply with me, because it's just my body. It's just my flesh. Like, I can't sacrifice it for someone that I love. And Jesus loved us so much, even through our sinful nature, you know? And that's how deeply I love my dad. I love my dad. I think he is the number one man in my life. Despite all his flaws, he's been there to the best of his ability. Like, he is my rock. I love him. I would love for you to meet him one day.
Absolutely.
He's my world. That doesn't mean we see eye to eye. It doesn't mean our consciousness are like where they need to be, you know? I'm doing my best, he's doing his best. But I love him so much, I was willing to sacrifice my body as a little 8-9-year-old girl. And you learn so much through this experience. One, Jesus gave me my heart. Like, he gave me love because I know how to sacrifice without being taught how to do that.
Absolutely.
For someone I love, number one. Two, I think that's part of the reason why I want to work with women, because I learned at such an early age, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how much you're showing off. If a man wants to do something sick because for some reason he's sick in the head and the enemy has beat him and he has been won by the darkness in him, not saying all men are like this, but I mean, the darkness can overcome a woman as well.
A woman as well, yeah. Absolutely.
But in this case, from women to men, if a man wants to, it has nothing to do with what you're doing. Like, maybe at some points you can maybe like protect yourself better, sure. But I was a little girl in the safe space of my home with my grandfather wearing pajamas. Like, you can't, I was not asking for it. I was not doing anything wrong. I was, for the most part, always in the computer every time it happened. Like, it's, you know, and now I've learned so much to love myself. I'm beautiful as I am. And I'm confident, covered up, and not covered up. I'm not hiding anymore. I have nothing to hide from anybody. I'm not scared of men. In fact, I tell you this all the time because you're one of them, such beautiful men. I am so blessed. Like, since that moment, I have learned to forgive him. I have done so much forgiveness work. Have you ever done, I think it's called Hanupana? I don't know, I'll look it up. It's a forgiveness method where you just sit and say, thank you, I love you, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you, I forgive you.
Send it to me.
I will, and you do it like continually for like minutes on end. And it's so, like, it like releases so much weight. And I've forgiven him so much because he was so lost. He was so lost. And I'm sure when he met his creator, that he was able to see what he did. Yeah, he passed.
Oh, wow.
So he passed, and he was sick when he was here. And the day I decided, it was almost, I think, a month and a half into it before I decided to speak up. And the day that I decided to speak up was a day that he told my dad he wanted me to sleep with him in the couch, in the bed we had for him downstairs. But like, nobody thought anything of it because
grandfather.
Yeah, like, it was like, oh, La Nina, like, you know, sleep, you know, just sleep here with me tonight, whatever. And everything in my body froze. And I was like, that's not happening. I'm not sleeping next to this man. I'm not. Like, he would have done things you can't come back from, you know? And I said, no. I told my sister that night, and it's not about her, but her initial reaction, especially was young as well, was, bro, Lore, really? Because that's why women are scared to speak up. Because for the most part, people doubt you and they don't believe you. Half the time I thought, I'm like, this is normal. This is not, I'm not crazy. This is normal. It's not normal. I'm so sorry. It's not normal. I told my sister and she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I promise I wouldn't be making this up. And at the time we had Nintendo DS. Do you remember? Did you ever have that you could like do a chat?
Yeah.
So we didn't have phones. We had the Nintendo DS, and she had hers upstairs, and I had mine downstairs. And hold on, this is Annalicia calling me to get into the apartment. And I told her, okay, I'm gonna go down. So it was a 2-story house, and I go downstairs, and she's looking from the top, and I'm like, okay, just watch. I'm gonna do nothing. I go right next to my grandfather. My dad's in the kitchen in front of him, but we have like a counter in between us, and not even a millisecond goes by. My dad's in front of him. They're this close. They just have this tall thing in between them for the kitchen. And his hand were in my pants like this in one instant. And my sister just goes, Lore, and she calls me, can you come upstairs? And I ran upstairs. I'm like, yeah. And he moved his hand, and I go upstairs. And we told my stepmom once my dad left for work, and she like flipped out. She called the cops. My dad the cops beat my dad because he was already at work when we told her. The cops were there. I mean, obviously, when something like that happens, a lot of because like a lot of police work goes on to that, and like a lot of it, and therapy, and like just there's a case and whatever. Point is, he was dying, so he ended up dying in hospice, like in a hospital, because they like incarcerated him. But I didn't have the dignity to testify against him. I was like petrified, and he pled not guilty. So part of the reason why I didn't want to even say anything, because I'm like, this man's it's gonna be his adult word against my child word. But my sister saw it, thankfully. And that was how that was able to like come clean. Yeah, it's a whole story. But all in all, I've learned so much about it, because once I forgave, to this day, it's that every man I meet, I'm like, I already know you're a king, most probably, because I only attract men that want to protect me, that cherish me, that speak life into me, that respect me, because I respect me. I've spoken life into me. I see myself with such beautiful eyes that it's like they mirror me. They mirror me, and I'm always thankful, and I tell them, thank you for being so chivalrous. My friends open my doors for me. They take care of me when we go out, like it's
what's funny,
part
you
of the
say
journey.
that? 2 weeks ago, you posted a picture. You guys been posting a lot.
We've been posting a lot.
Yeah, you've been posting a lot.
Yeah.
You posted a picture in front of the mirror at Boxer, and someone's like, "Yo, who's this?" And I'm like, you should see my response. I'll show you the DM. I'm like, she's different. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, guys don't understand that every girl is not the same.
Yeah.
You can't just go throw $1,000 at every girl and expect her to be on your knees.
100%.
Her knees, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, a lot of guys think that every girl's the same.
Yes,
you can treat every girl the same. But it doesn't work like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, dude, that's the wrong girl to talk like that about.
Right.
I kind of corrected him. I'm like, it doesn't, she's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every girl needs this. I'm like, yo, she's not the one, bro.
Yeah.
Like, trust me.
It's not going to be it. And then that's okay, because I've learned to let them down kindly. Like, if they want to shoot their shot and whatever the case is, I have the same response, which is, it doesn't have to be me. You're in a city full of beautiful women. It doesn't have to be me. Trust me. It doesn't. If you want to get to me and you want to be with me, I'm not looking for companionship. I want partnership.
No partnership.
I want to build. There's a difference. I don't feel empty when I'm alone. I have God. I have God. He holds my hand every step of the day.
Exactly.
Every breath that I take.
Exactly.
I don't feel alone.
Yeah.
So either you want to build with me, and I think I'm a queen. So if you have yet to learn to see yourself as a king and move like a king, and then put God's kingdom in front of your eyes in everything you do, then we're not gonna align, and that's okay.
That's true.
And that's
or go
okay.
to the gym.
Or go to.
Oh my God.
No. That's like number one.
You know what's crazy? I've been in 10 relationships and none of them worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm like such a gym head, and I'm like, dude, why?
Why?
I've never dated a girl from a gym.
Interesting.
That's so crazy.
Interesting. Well, to be fair, I mean, for us being in Boxer all this time, I've never I don't look at my dating pool in the gym. I just need a requirement to be that you work.
Yes. It doesn't have to be our gym.
It doesn't have to be our gym.
Yes.
Because our gym is our people, is our family. We have a culture.
No. And that's what's happened. I've been to this gym and another gym, and in both gyms I've been 6 years almost.
Yeah.
And I've never, neither gyms can say that they hooked up with me.
Yeah.
None of them.
Same.
None of them.
Same.
So, but it's because I'm there every day. I don't want you to ruin my.
Now it's deep.
I have to go at 6 because this girl goes at 10 in the morning.
I know.
I don't
have time for that.
I don't have time for that.
I don't have time
I
for
learned
that.
not to shit where you sleep.
Yep.
No, it's like you said, it's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
Not my gym, but it's a requirement that you do work out and have knowledge of eating.
100%.
That's another thing.
Yes. And what you consume, not just the food, but who do you talk to? What do you watch? I want to know your friends.
Yeah.
Off rip, I want to know the conversations your friends are having. Are they vulgar? Are they vulgar men? Are they men of God?
One thing I can't,
I want to know.
No offense to anybody, but I can't do girls that smoke vapes.
Yeah, no, me neither.
It's just the decision making on people that smoke vapes.
I love that you just said this.
Crazy.
In the chapter of the book I'm reading right now, it's called Outwitting the Devil. It's the man having a conversation with the devil. And it's so powerful. Because he's asking him, how do you win everybody's mind? What do you do? And it's it's so good. It's so fear-based in that it shows you that fear is such an illusion and it's such a mind game and it's so manipulation. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But the number one thing he says, on top of alcohol, before alcohol, this is even more important. the cigarettes and the vapes. Why? Because you build such a dependency on them. Like, you strip away daily the resistance of your willpower to this one thing. That the devil's like, I'm eating with you, you're easy.
And it's crazy.
It's easy.
Because not only that part, they only have like 3 to 5, 10 years, not even 10 years.
Yes.
Like, okay, cigarettes been around forever. We know the causes of that.
Yeah.
Hookahs has been around forever.
Yeah.
We know the weed. We know the causes of all that.
Yeah.
But you have vapes that were
They're
just
brand
chemically
new.
made in
So
China.
bad for you. I don't even know what they taste
4
like. I don't
years
want to
ago.
know. I never tried one. I don't want to know.
You have no idea what you're inhaling. But the thing is just their decision making. They always have anxiety.
Yep.
They're always stressed. They can't find it. They become crazy.
Yep.
If they can't find it, even if it's 3 a.m. in the bed, oh my God, where?
Yep. At the gym.
At the gym.
At the gym.
Like, bro, come on.
Bro,
That's crazy.
come on.
Then it ruins your teeth all yellow, dry mouth, dehydrated. If you're in public and you're smoking a hookah, cool. Once in a while, you know the process of building a hookah? That should say it all.
That should say
you know
it
what I
all,
mean?
yeah.
But when you have this plastic thing where you're constantly vaping and 15,000 puffs and you're smoking in 2 days, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a
But
problem.
okay, so I on the same boat as you. Like, I don't mean to judge anybody to
I don't
do
mean
it.
to judge
but
you
you know
either,
what
no,
we
no.
could do is speak life into people.
Speak life
So
into
what we could do, I'm gonna talk to the camera, is why are you vaping? Like, why? Why are you entertaining the things that you're entertaining? Why are you drinking? You know it's not good for you. Why are you vaping? You know it's not good for you. Why are you entertaining hookup culture? You know it's draining you. Why are you in the job you don't like? You know it's draining you. Why are you doing the things you don't want to do? Why? Why? Are you okay with being mediocre? Like, for real? Because, like, I really had to ask myself that. Like, and it's not a judgment call. It's that I want to speak life into people. Like, this is your one life. And we were gifted our vessel. Like, we were born healthy. Well, hopefully, most of us healthy, right? And it's like I give you this phone or like this watch, and it's a super high value watch. And you just like, you want to take care of it because it's a Rolex thing. It's like, hey, I don't know anything about watches, so the wrong one to use, but... And you take care of it so deeply, and like, you know, you're gonna return it to me, and you know it's expensive, so you're not gonna want to pay for it. You're gonna take care of it and return it to me perfectly because you feel so thankful I lent it to you. It's like we were gifted this body, and it's gonna come right back to our Creator. I want to look at Him and be like, I took care of this gift so much because thank you so much that I'm alive. Thank you for breath. Thank you for life.
Like, I'm proud of you.
I'm so proud. Wait,
that's what I want to hear.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, and spiritually, it's that whole spirit looking at its Creator.
It's crazy.
In the same way, our flesh might seek to make our parents proud. Half the time, I want to make my dad proud, and I'm like, still. When am I gonna outgrow that?
Damn.
You know?
No, I get it, but
it's that concept.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing that God sees you one day and He's like, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
You did a great job.
You did a great job.
You know, I saw Cat Williams. He posted a video a few days. Well, there was a video going around, and I saw, and he said, like, listen, why wouldn't you want to believe in God?
Yeah.
Because if it's you, if you just believe in you, then you just believe in you.
Yeah.
But why not believe in you and God?
Yeah.
Now that's 2 of you.
Now that's 2 of you.
I was
That's
like, wow,
so powerful.
That's so powerful.
No, but truth be told, like, I didn't grow up religious at all. I don't know. I mean, you said you grew up knowing God. I really didn't. Like,
No. I had got it.
Oh, you had got it, period. Amen. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So did I. So that I know that now. And I know now that God has been finding me my whole life. And now that I've allowed Him in, is that I'm so thankful that I feel like it's such a duty to fight back for Him all that He's fought for me.
Wow.
You know? This whole time He didn't give up on me. This whole time that I was entertaining the BS, the worldly things, He didn't give up on me. He still found me through people, through love, through jobs, through anything.
Me too.
And like, what human would do that? What human would do that for you? No one, not even your parent.
No, they'll give up on you.
They'll give you so quick because we're so conditional, we're so flawed, and that's okay because we're human. Period. Like, but He doesn't.
He doesn't.
And it's just then when you realize, wow, you didn't give up on me. You still love me. I'm not going to find that anywhere else. I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to. I'm just so thankful for that. And I'm going to fight for you too. It's that like loyalty. You fought for me. I'm going to fight for you. This is someone worth fighting for.
Absolutely.
This is someone worth fighting for.
God first. And that's definitely worth fighting for.
Like,
that's why I'm like, honestly, I don't even ask for him. I don't ask him anymore.
Yeah.
I don't ask anything. I know people like, oh God, please give me that.
No.
I feel weird asking.
How can I represent you the best?
I feel
How can I
weird
serve?
asking him,
Yeah.
like, God, could you please? I'm like,
Because you
God,
already know you
thank
have
you,
everything.
Thank you. I'm like, yo, thank you, God, because I feel weird asking, and now I cry out of joy.
Yes,
I'm not
it's
like,
bliss.
and there's nothing that could break me.
Yeah.
There's people that are older than me
Yeah.
that come up to me and they're like, oh my God, Flex, you don't know what happened. I don't know how are
Yeah.
you always so happy when you
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
I'm like, because I don't stress anything.
Yeah.
Because my mom will tell you years ago, like, Juan, tú no te mueres por nadie. You'll never die for no one else.
Yeah.
Like, basically, like, you take your time with everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's because I'm on God's time.
Yeah.
I work at my pace. How it goes, how it flows.
Yes.
If it flows, it
Yes.
goes.
If it flows, it goes. Yes.
If it don't flow, if it's too much going on, oh my God, come here. We'll go. Like, friends call me all the time. Weekends, Friday, Saturday. I hate going out Friday, Saturday. I don't like it
So
because why?
much.
There's too much going on.
There's too much
I have
going
a friend
on.
hit me up. I'm over here at Miami. I'm over here at South Beach. I'm over here. And when there's too many options, I'm like, what?
Yep. Yeah,
Fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep because there's too much pressure going on. There's too much energy, too much in the nightlife, too much going on.
Yeah.
I just freeze. I'm like, no.
Yep.
God, if this is for me,
Make it obvious.
Make it obvious.
Yeah.
That's why I always.
Me too.
So I'm like the weirdest person with God. I don't know.
No, that's your
'Cause I'm
relationship
like,
with him. I'm like, we're locked in right here.
God, am I supposed to do this right now? Am I supposed to do this?
I'm asking everything now. Like, do I drink this water?
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm literally with everything.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
the dumbest
Me
thing,
too.
it could be like, God, if I'm supposed to do this elevator will come fast.
Yeah, period. I open right now.
And it'll come
Boom.
fast if I'm supposed to, and if not, I'm like, oh, I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
Yep.
This elevator's broken. So
Yeah,
that's okay. I get you.
Yeah.
That's why it took its time.
And truth be told, the only reason why a past version of me would hear this conversation and be like, that's weird.
That's weird.
Is because the ego, it like protects itself so much, right? And like the flesh, she's so powerful. Like I know my version of me that was like so in the ego was so powerful, as she should be, because she was protecting herself from a lot of things. But what people don't understand is something I didn't know. But part of the humbling is that you take it on. You take it on. You think it's just you? Okay, then let it just be you. That's fine.
Okay.
But take it all on. Take it all on. Be so self-accountable. Take it all on. Take it all on. Oh, another self-development book. Okay, this is what I got to be doing. I take that on. Oh, okay, the gym. I got to be doing these workouts. Okay, I take that on. Oh, okay, this is how I got to eat. I take that on. Oh, another self-development. Oh, another way to make more money quick. Oh, another way. Okay, I take it all on. Where does that leave me? Exhausted, burnt out, all the weight of the world is on my shoulders. However, when it's backwards and you understand, like you cast all your anxieties onto him, you give him all your burdens, you move with flow, you ask him to use you, and now you just move. And you move with motion, you move with purpose, and now you feel light. That's why we have the light. We're light because energetically we are light. Like it's like we don't weigh much. Because now I'm not all those things. I'm like done,
I got rid of everything.
heavy,
I
gone.
got rid of so many things, including like material things.
Yeah.
There's so many thoughts in my head that I thought I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like things just. Once you give it up to God, it becomes such a clearer path.
It's such a clear
People
path.
can say whatever they want about me, but I navigate this earth floating. I float.
Same.
I don't walk. I don't run. I float.
I float.
I float.
I feel like I float.
Me too. I do. 100%.
I'm like floating. I never thought about it like that.
I float.
I like floated here.
I float. Yeah, I'm serious. Like,
I ran into you at the door. How do you make that up?
And it's crazy. No, it's true. Look at that. No, but I just feel like life is so much easier.
Yeah.
That we complicate it.
Right. And it doesn't mean that there won't be painful things.
No.
It doesn't mean I'm no longer living in flesh. Like it's about navigating it and reading the word and surrounding yourself by people who, when in doubt, bring you to the word. Like if I'm having a man issue at some point because I'm dating someone, I want sisters in Christ. You know why? Because they're going to tell me, well, what does scripture say?
What does scripture say?
What does God say? And we're going to read together. And then they're going to say, I've already had it happen with girls that I've met in crew, texting me individually, well, okay, Lore, how can I pray for you? I'm like, oh my God. This woman is asking how she can pray for me. And I told her, and now I'm asking other women, how can I pray for you? Let me pray for you. Like it's different. It's a different ballgame.
It's just when you're
floating.
When you're with God, you're supposed to act a certain way.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
There's just, okay, you're running with God.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's what people, like a lot of people they see in me. They're
Yeah.
like, damn.
It's like an
Flex is always-
aura.
Flex is always happy. Like, so they get to the gym or anywhere. It could be
Yeah.
anywhere. They literally
Yeah.
run to me.
Hi, that's
oh my
me
God,
always when I see
dude,
you.
You didn't even know. You didn't even know what just happened.
Yeah.
This happened, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, did your mom die? No.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
They're like, you're right.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
So I like talking to you. You're
Yeah.
right. I'm like, dude, because
yeah.
I come from a time where things were tougher. You know what I mean?
I've faced some
struggles
real
were real
adversity.
struggles.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like in every worldly way, finances, parental,
parents,
friendships, drugs.
drugs involved.
I smoked weed and started drinking when I was 12. To me, that's young.
Whoa.
That's
See,
young.
I was playing baseball at that time.
Yeah, I was super into it because I was doing
16.
anything to not be home.
15.
I didn't want to be
That's
home.
what me
There was so
too.
much chaos.
But
so
see,
much
with me it was like
so many nightmares.
at the beginning of the 10 and a half with my mom and my mom and my stepfather, the 10 and a half to like 15, I was actually playing sports and working. Like I couldn't play sports
Right.
most of the time because I was working.
Because you were working.
And that got me so mad. I'm like,
Yeah.
why do I gotta work?
Yeah.
I wish I could play
because
baseball.
you know what? You know what that does? And that's something that I've learned about myself. It strips your innocence, right? Okay, and this is where I'm at part of my journey right
still
now.
a kid.
I'm now is the most kid like I want to be ever in my 28 years of existence.
So I was telling Rafa, I was like, dude, let me be
wanna be
around
a kid.
millions of dollars. I'll have a backyard with
Oh my gosh.
with all
Like
types
a
of
basketball
drifting cars.
court.
I have all these cars drifting, monster trucks.
Yes,
I have
just-
all the craziest kid
Yes.
things that I never
like
did.
I want to delight in this
You
world.
see Richie Rich?
No,
Oh,
but
it's a
I'm
good
sure.
movie.
I'm sure I have. I don't know.
Kelly Cochran. It's a good movie.
But I think that it's because we're so light right now that we feel like we can enjoy. Right? Because there's people with so much money and you know, someone just, you know, gave their life up the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not there. And that's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
And it's like, not that that's bad. Like, I want to help other people not be there. I want to help people be where we are right now.
Yeah.
I want to feel women feel how I feel. I feel like a woman. Like,
my
I feel
first
so
podcast said the
good.
same thing. I was like, dude, I feel bad for the people that don't feel what I feel.
Right.
Like I really feel.
And I've been that too. I've been there. I've been other versions of myself that I kind of feel bad for. And I'm thankful to God for the adversity to bring me to where I'm at now.
Absolutely. There's been so many situations where I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like there's been so many situations that I thought I was never gonna get out of.
Yeah, and that's why when I talk to Wade, and you know, Wade has he has such a gentle demeanor. I adore his way of being. He has such a gentle demeanor in person, but he understands that sometimes you need. And he explained this to me. He's like, Lore, sometimes you need to push the pressure point, push the pain point on people because you need them to awaken. Half the time they're seeking you because they're not awakened. And that's why, like, as I'm speaking to the camera, to a degree, I do want to breathe life into people, but also awaken them. And I'm really talking to the version of me that was like, why were you drinking? I was drinking so much, Jay. Like, when I was going out, blacking out, why? I wish somebody would be like, Lore, you know that's not good for you. That's ugly. That's like, that lowers your vibration.
Funny?
You know you're sleeping like with people. Don't do that.
Now that you said that, I never had someone.
That's what I'm saying. Me neither. That's what I'm saying. So now it's our turn. Where were you guys? Where was me? So now what I'm doing, and as you asked me earlier, what I'm doing for work, consciously every day I'm becoming the woman that I needed to rescue me from where I'm coming from right now. And what is she? She's not drinking, which I'm not drinking. She's not pointlessly partying. She's connecting with people. She's building community. She's praying. She's reading the word. She's doing her best.
Wow.
You know, we're flawed, but she's doing her best. And she's out here. It's like share the good news. You know, the message has been shared that she's sharing the good news. She's sharing the good news.
So that's where you're headed to. That's where you're gonna coach women in the future.
I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to. If I have a particular, like a version of me prior to where I am now, if a woman like that is there, if she's there, oh my God, I want to grab her hand and like hug her, and I want to bring her, because all I'm thinking is I'm becoming her. The woman that would have gotten me out of the funk by just looking at her live and listening to her talk.
I never thought of that. Like I never thought that I am becoming the person that I should have had back then to save me out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But I think that's what walking with God does to you, because you become your most authentic self. you know? And then your most authentic self is your closest to the light. Wow. That's why you vibrate so high. Oof. It's so powerful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So where do they find you, Lore?
They find me on Instagram for sure at Lore's Light. I also have my podcast, Unveiled in Miami, and that's on the bio to my Instagram. And I actually just started another small page called Lifts with Lore. I thought it was so cute.
That's so cool.
I'm trying new things right now. I'm like, experimenting with what I feel called to do. And that one is a play on lifting up your spirit and also lifting the weights.
Wow.
Because my main focus right now is faith and fitness. And it's where I'm at, and I want to help other people get there because I feel so good.
No, that's awesome.
So that's where I'm at right now.
That's awesome. You're in the process, I love that. I respect that. You're gonna change a lot of lives. I know it. I see it. I see your position, and everything that you went through was for this purpose.
Right.
And you're still in the process of creating it.
I am.
And
I love the process.
I can see it in 10 years from now already, like author of your own book or books. I can see you coaching a lot of women. Because you know what? Mental health is huge right now.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
And a lot of people need to pay attention to theirs, to their close friends and their close people, and be careful how they talk to them and all this. But also, like, with the mental health, there is a lot of lazy people that blame it on mental health issues too.
Right.
And what sucks with that is that it covers it for the people that are really going through it. So in a way, it's kind of hard to see who's really going through mental problems and who's not.
Right.
Because drugs are involved too. So if you have a drug problem, it's most likely a drug problem.
Yeah.
Let go of the drugs, start working out, eat healthy.
Yeah, the basics.
Get some sun.
Yeah.
The basics are there. Listen, if you don't know how to do it, stop lying because you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Yeah, and there's free game everywhere.
Free game everywhere.
I want to right now be just giving free game. I want people to come and land on my page and be like, yes.
Exactly. Like, there you go. That's what I wanted with this podcast. That's what I'm going to continue doing and connecting my people.
You're in your purpose.
I hope a lot of women follow Lorena and get inspired by her. And she's a true sweetheart in front of the camera and off the camera. The same person. Promise you.
Yeah, honestly, I am.
Lorena, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. This is just the first one. We're going to have a few other ones. We're neighbors. So, same gym, same everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Follow her. Listen to her. She's in a great position. She has a great story. Thank you very much, babe.
Of course, my love.
And God bless.
God bless you.
Another episode of Just Flexing TV wrapped.
Done.
It's your boy Jay Flex, because we just flexing over here.
Hey, hey.